He's the co-host of America's Most Wanted and In Pursuit. Here's Callahan Walsh.
All right now it's time to honor the career of a most wanted man who helped over 1,000 criminals find their way behind bars. My father, John Walsh, has dedicated his life to justice as the iconic host of America's Most Wanted, The Hunt with John Walsh, and In Pursuit with John Walsh. And because of this, my father has become a beacon of hope, an often last beacon of hope, for victims and their families. His activism was born from personal tragedy and our family's profound personal loss, which fueled our shared commitment to combating crime and advocating for victims' rights. His impact extends far beyond television. He's become a symbol of resilience and an unyielding force in the fight against crime. His tireless efforts have influenced national legislation, including the deeply personal Adam Walsh Child Protection and Safety Act, and have strengthened, thank you. That legislation has strengthened the framework for tracking and apprehending dangerous fugitives. Let's take a look at the career of John Walsh.
John Walsh, as some of you know, is a crime victim.
Who could take a 6-year-old boy and murder him and decapitate him? Who?
I was bent on revenge. I couldn't work, I couldn't eat. We forgot who the real victim is. Adam is. Let's make sure he didn't die in vain.
I have testified before this Judiciary Committee 35 times in the last 15 years.
I know what it is when those doors are slammed, when you've hit that wall, when there's nobody there to help you.
I'm not just speaking for myself as the father of a murdered child. I hope that I speak for the millions of Americans that are crime victims that have no voice.
I take the liberty today to speak for those children, and thank you, because obviously you care enough to do something about it. Thank you.
It's now my high honor to sign the Adam Walsh Child Protection and Safety Act.
Don't give up hope. Don't give up hope.
I'm John Walsh. This is America's Most Wanted.
That caught 1,200 of the world's worst uncatchable guys, got 17 guys off the FBI 10 Most Wanted. No FBI agent's ever done that. But most of all, we recovered 61 stranger abducted missing children alive. You know, I gotta say that I'm thrilled to be back. After my 6-year-old son Adam was abducted and murdered in 1981, I dedicated my life to giving a voice to the voiceless, helping victims of senseless crimes get the justice that they and their families so deserve.
His legacy is one of unwavering resolve and courage, and his compassion has made our communities safer. It is my honor to give the Critics' Choice Career Achievement Award to my father, John Walsh.
A few people to thank, so please sit down and relax. And I've just got a short list here. I want to thank the Critics' Choice Association for choosing me. I've worked with a lot of the people in this room. People Magazine shows pictures of missing children, USA Today. Lots of you have covered different cases that I've been involved with, so I thank you on behalf of those victims. And I was hoping Jane Lynch would be here tonight because she was in our first recreation. You know, they say America's, and she was about 15 years old. But we started in 1987, and everybody said we were the first reality program, and Jane was in one of the first recreations. So Jane, love you. really. I tried to retire a few years ago, and I got a call from the FBI and the marshals about 6 months ago about coming out of retirement and coming back. And Rob Wade from Fox Entertainment said, could you saddle up? I'm a horse guy. As a matter of fact, I got a ruptured disc. I fell off a horse yesterday, so it was a great 8-hour flight here to LA. But anyway, I made it. So Rob Wade brought us back, and we tried 6 sample shows, and I said, Rob, I don't know, people don't know me. I've been retired for a while. I'm raising my 4 grandchildren, and my wife and I have had 4 children. So he said, no, give it a shot. So we aired 6 programs. The ratings were great. People remembered. Cal was my new host, handsome, smart guy. Love you, Cal. You're the perfect choice for to be a co-host. And you know what? We caught 6 guys. I thought nobody would remember us. And one of those guys was a grandfather who had molested his own 2 granddaughters, 4 and 6 years old. He'd been on the run for 7 years, and when we caught him, we found out the phone started to ring, and people came online, and we found out that he had molested 12 other little girls all the year he was on the run. So to Rob Wade and the people at AMW and people at Fox, thank you for not entrusting and believing in us. And I think we're going to come back this fall, but I'll tell you, there are 7 families who appreciate that you caught the bastard that molested their children. So God bless you. Because the not knowing is the worst. And when the search is not for closure, I'll always have that big hole in my heart, but it's for getting justice. That's what victims want, justice, to know that the bastard that hurt their family is going to pay for it. Bob Bain, I just want to say thank you. You do such a great job with this and the Emmys, and you and I have been friends for 40 years, and just keep doing what you're doing. You always back me up, support me. I really appreciate it. Cal, I already said it. I love you, buddy. Proud of you. You're a good man. You're a very good man. And I wanted to thank my wife. I'm out here in Hollywood, and I've been married to the same woman for 52 years. 52 years. I'm the only man in LA that can say that. So, anyway, my wife's beautiful. When people ask her, how did you stay together so long? She always says, separate bathrooms, always separate bathrooms. And she said, everybody wants to give John a pat on the back. Of those 52 years, he was only home for about 5 of them. So anyway, it worked for us. She's a wonderful woman. As Cal said, she started the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children. We have about 500 people working there. We do all types of exploitation of children, cases that are unsolved. So with AMW coming back and the center, the challenges for us, especially all the kids that are being sex trafficked across the border. It's insane. It's so sad. The cartels bring them to the border, and the gangs pick them up and put them all over America. It just has to come to an end. So as Cal mentioned, AMW, 1,230 guys. When we started the first show, everybody on television and everybody in the newspaper said, that show will never last. Who ever heard of that guy? He's just the father of a murdered child. Well, we're still battling. And my father was my hero. He was B-24 bomber pilot. And he had 1 month to go in Notre Dame, first generation. And he got into Notre Dame. He had 1 month to go, and Pearl Harbor hit. And he quit. He quit Notre Dame. And they made him a bomber pilot. And he was drafted by the Cleveland Indians. I said, you could have stayed out, and because of what you were doing, you didn't have to go. And he said something to me that he said to my brothers and I and my sister all the years we were little. I wasn't sure what he meant by it, but on his deathbed, he died at 54, and I named Adam after him. And I said, Dad, why do you keep saying that one sentence to us? He says, because I want you to live by it. And that sentence was, evil prevails when good men do nothing. Boy, was he prophetic. So thank you for this award. God bless you.